Basic Spyro, a classic, but kind of ugly. I'm gonna put him at C tier. Can barely tell the difference from regular Spyro, D tier. I like Voodoo, A tier. Wrecking Ball is super cool. I'm gonna put him at S tier. I got two Double Troubles, and I think they're both cool. I'm gonna put him at B tier. Pop Fizz is a socio-political commentary on alcoholism and drug use. For this, I am inclined to give Pop Fizz an A. I like Ningini's design. It's a cool design. It's really that all is to it. B tier. Swap Force Spyro. I prefer this over normal Spyro. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Star Strike's cool. A tier. My Deja Vu's a little broken, but I think it's cool enough to go in B tier. Hex is cool. C tier. Legendary Chop Chop is the single best figure ever made in the Skylanders universe. When I look at Legendary Chop Chop, I am reminded that God is real and that we all have a purpose on this earth. When I see Legendary Chop Chop, I am ready to sell all my belongings just to have more of Legendary Chop Chop. S tier. Cinder's not bad, but she's got a goofy expression on. I'm gonna put her in C tier. Ghost Roaster looks like a man that knows Walter White very well. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm gonna be honest, first D tier. I can't look at Fright Rider without seeing that goofy odd chicken he's riding on. It completely ruins the rest of the Skylander for me. I prefer Giant's Hex over SSA Hex. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. I really like this Chop Chop. I'm putting it at A tier. Glow in the Dark Cinder is really cool. Kind of sucks that the person I bought it from drew on it, but I'm gonna put it at least B tier. Eyebrawl has to be one of my favorite giants. Definitely deserves the A tier. I think Roller Brawl's a little overrated, but she deserves at least a B tier. Grim Creeper's so goofy, but it works so good for his design. I think he deserves B tier. Night Shift has to be one of the best swappers. Definitely an S tier. So I don't have the other two parts of Fire Shake, so I'm not really gonna rank this one, but it looks cool right now. Pit Boss is really cool. Definitely deserving of B tier. Legendary Pit Boss is even better. A tier. Dino Rang is one of the coolest SSA Skylanders, S tier. Any Bash variant is automatically S tier. I never really liked Terrafin, D tier. Another Bash, another S tier. Flashling looks pretty mid, and I don't really think she's that special, C tier. This Terrafin's a little better, C tier. Lightcore Prism Break. The one crystal doesn't light up anymore, but it's still definitely S tier. The best Terrafin so far, B tier. Sabertooth is kind of ugly, but in a good way, so I think it deserves B tier. Never really understood most of the villain senseis. Most of them just come out as pretty mid, including Golden Queen, C tier. Igniter's pretty cool. I think A tier works for him. Eruptor is really only cool because he's a classic, B tier. Sunbird's cool, B. Molten Hot Dog is just, the colors don't really work that great in my opinion. I think C tier is fine. Hothead deserves S tier just for the fact that he turns into a fucking motorcycle. Smolder Dash is cool, B tier. Bloodstone's really cool. I like the night stuff, and then the fact that he just throws fucking bombs is pretty cool. I think A tier works. Wildfire's cool just because he has a big ass shield, B tier. I'm gonna be real, I haven't played more than 5 minutes of Superchargers. I have no idea if Spitfire's any good whatsoever. I'm gonna put him on C tier just because of his design. Boomer is somehow both overrated and underrated. I think he deserves a B tier. I think OG Trigger Happy deserves like a B tier. Legendary Trigger Happy should be an A tier. I think the purple fur stuff works. Sprocket gets way too much hate. I think she deserves a B tier. This Trigger Happy can probably go in B tier. I don't really care for it that much. Drill Sergeant is based. He deserves nothing less than S tier. Drobot will always be cool. This is also the light core version, so I think I'm going to put him in A tier. Bouncer's also really cool. I'm going to put him in B for Bouncer. Countdown's pretty cool, I guess. C tier for Countdown. Once again, I don't have the other two parts for these guys, but I think it's pretty cool how it is right now. I'm not really going to rank it though. Jawbreaker is super cool because his Traptanian weapons are just his fists. Like, he just punches stuff. That's really awesome. I think he deserves S tier. Reneo's kind of ugly, but it's like part of his character, so I think he deserves C tier. Basic Sonic Boom sucks in my opinion, D tier. Giant Sonic Boom is a lot better. I think it deserves B tier. I've never liked Whirlwind. Something about the eyes is just so unsettling. I don't think it works as a design in my opinion. I think this is going to be a very low D tier. Light Core Jetpack, pretty cool I guess, C tier. I think it's funny that Lightning Rod is just a buff dude. Someone put him in B tier. Swarm is definitely going into B tier. Get it? Because he's a bee. And B sounds like bee, like the animal bee. Sounds like the second letter of the alphabet, B. Popthorn, I love this little guy, A tier. And for the third time, I don't have the other parts of these two guys. Not gonna rank them. Stump Smash is based, A tier. Camo was also based, A tier as well. I prefer a lot of the later Stealth Elf designs over the OG one. I'll put this one in C tier. Zook's really cool. I think he deserves A tier. I honestly prefer the OG Stump Smash design. I'm gonna put this one in C. I got 2 Shroom Booms, but I think they're both mid, C tier. Legendary Stealth Elf is pretty cool, A tier. Truex is definitely one of the coolest giants, A tier. And then Gnarly Truex takes it to a whole nother level. He definitely deserves an S tier. I like Zulu because he was my only swap for Skylander for a while, so I think he deserves an A tier. I really like Ninja Stealth Elf, A tier. Bumble Blast is pretty cool, B tier, get it? Because he shoots bees, like bee, like the animal bee, and then the letter B, the second letter of the alphabet. I like Jolly Bumble Blast about the same as regular, so I think they're both going to go in B tier. I honestly think seeing Food Fight was probably the reason I stopped collecting Skylanders a while ago. It just didn't look like a Skylander to me, and it kind of killed the collection aspect of it for me. And just for that, I'm going to put Food Fight in F tier. I want to rank Bushwhack higher, but just because his eyes are going in 2 separate directions on my figure is going to make me give him a D tier. I don't really understand why they took the Ninja Stealth Elf and then just gave the next one a minigun. A little strange in my opinion. Kind of changes the design too much for me to like it. I think C tier is going to be where this one goes. Wham Shell is awesome. S tier. No debates on this one. Gilgrunt will always be an OG. B tier. Green Gilgrunt's even cooler. A tier. And Slam Bam, you cannot argue that Slam Bam does not deserve S tier. Slam Bam is definitely one of the coolest Skylanders. The hook thing on my Gilgrunt broke, but it doesn't really change too much of the design for me. I think it's a little better than the original, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Troll's cool, I guess. I think C tier works for this one. Thumpback deserves S tier just because he's a giant whale swinging an anchor. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I don't like Riptide that much. It's decent enough, I guess. C tier. I like this chill design other than the other ones. This one gets A tier. Swashbuckler is cool, I guess. It just overdone a lot. Pirate octopuses. Still gets A tier though. Nitro Freezeblade is super cool in my opinion. S tier. Snapshot's kind of a weak design in my opinion for the starting trap team Skylander. I think he gets B tier though. Kingpin's cool, I guess. B tier as well. I like Pirate Seas, A tier. Same with Empire of Ice. I mostly feel the same about the SSA level packs, A tier. Really just more of the same, A tier. Once again, I'm just going to give Darklight Crypt the A tier. Kind of cool that it reveals the location of a chest. I think that makes it one of the more helpful items, so I think I'm going to put this one in A tier. Honestly, the items that just buff a stat aren't really great in my opinion, so I'm going to put Sky Iron Shield in C tier. Anvil Rain's funny just because it drops a bunch of anvils, B tier. Healing Elixir's pretty useful. It's basic though, but I think I'm still going to give it A tier. Sparks is a cool reference to the original Spyro games, and that's the one reason I'm giving this one a B tier. Twister Hourglass is pretty cool, but honestly kind of worthless, C tier. Wing Boots can be cool if you're doing a speed run or something, but otherwise it's pretty worthless, C tier. I guess Pirate Swords can be cool if you're dying and you need help, but realistically you're not going to be in that situation in any of these games, C tier. I think Dragonfire Cannon's pretty cool, just because it's a big cannon, B tier. Honestly, I feel Fiery Forge is pretty useless, D tier. Realistically, I'm just going to rank traps based on what villains they can capture, and honestly, I don't think the life villains are really all that cool. I'm going to put this at C tier. The air villains are cooler though, so this is going to get a B tier at least. Burn Cycle's cool. I've always been a fan of motorcycles. A tier. Dive Bomber's cool, I guess. It's a nice design for an underwater vehicle. B tier. Hot Streak's really cool. A tier. Honestly, I'm giving Imaginite Chests an F tier just for being another cash grab thing added into this series. I'm not really going to rank the crystals, just because it's more about what you do with it than what's actually coming with the thing you're buying.